So the little i10, the crash damage repair one we did, has been in yesterday. It's had its four-wheel alignment done on the tracking, and it's had its MOT. The only fail it had, other than me being an idiot and forgetting to put a number plate on the back of it, I wasn't here, you probably would have just sent me over the road to get one if I was, was that the brakes were imbalanced across an axle by more than 50%. I don't know which axle, he hasn't told me, I wasn't here. Other than that, it's just a number plate bulb and a service brake binding, so but not excessively on the front side, on the near offside front, which might be why I think I was getting a bit of noise from that wheel, wasn't I? I said that in an earlier one. My worth just going around doing all the brakes on this one, to be fair. But yeah, I won't know until Monday now, so I'll probably just leave that for a minute or two. But yeah, I mean, in terms of a MOT result, there isn't a lot there, is there? Really, put the bulb in there, sort the brakes out, and we've got a pass. Nothing regarding tyres, nothing regarding you know, underbody rust or steering or trap rod ends or any of those things, or emissions. So yeah, all good. So just like I said, probably crack on with that on Monday now. So I've got a gentleman's little black i10 in again. You remember this one? He took it away, had it a couple of weeks, come back and said that occasionally in third you got a little crunch. We sold it for, it was a 2058 plate. I sold it to him for £1,500. It's done 105,000 miles, so dirt cheap little car. Drives absolutely brilliantly. Other than that, he says third gear occasionally crunches. So I said, look, either I'll give you all your money back because it's financially not worth me doing a gearbox on the car, or I will put a gearbox in it and we go 50-50 on the cost, or I give you a couple of £100 back and you live with it, because his wife was saying she couldn't get it to do it all at all. Now I have just driven it round and round, so the reason it's in today is I said, look, one thing we could do is do a engine oil, a gearbox oil change on it, because a lot of people in the comments said they never know these boxes go bad, but at 105,000 miles the oil's probably really thin at this point, and it will probably, that could potentially be causing the issue. Now I've hopped in it, I've driven round and round the industrial estate a number of times now, and I can't get third gear to do anything. I mean, I'm not talking about no friction, no friction at all, no crunching. I'll show you now. I'll go for a little whip round the block in it. Now the reason I've been leaving it running all the time I've been talking to you previously is I wanted to get that gearbox oil warm, because obviously I'm driving it around a bit cold at the moment. But if we go around the industrial estate, watch for bikes. Right, so I'm up into second now, over the speed bump, a bit more speed up, into third, nothing, no hesitation, back down to second, no hesitation, no friction, nothing whatsoever. Oh, it's back up again. Right, so again, back up into third, nothing at all. I wouldn't say it's even close. It feels no different to any of the other gears, and all the other gears are absolutely fine as well. So it's a bit of a mystery as to what he's doing to get third gear to crunch at all. I certainly yeah, I should have driven it the first time he came in with it. I just took his word for it, because I don't want to, you know, I don't want to tell someone their life. That's what they feel's happening. That's what they feel's happening. Like I say, his wife did say she couldn't get it to do it, so she doesn't know what he's doing. So they should have set an alarm bell ringing. But I mean, again, we're up into third now again, back down into second, up into third again, back into second, and up into third again. And I think I could do this all day long and I'd struggle to get what he's getting. I mean, for a £1,500 car, this thing is actually, I'm thinking I probably undersold it a bit. It's a bit too cheap, because these little i10s are very much in demand, and even with 105 on, the engines are normally sweet as a nut, as I say. And the steering and the gearbox is all good. It's all like, there's no problems with it at all. So yeah, I mean, I'll do the I'll do the gearbox oil change like I said I would. You know, I've said I'm going to do it, so I'll get it done. But I'm going to have to take him out for a little drive afterwards and say, look, you know, I don't know what you're getting, because I'm not getting it. Well, I've driven the i10 round and round. I can't say it feels an awful lot different to how it did before. The oil was definitely down a bit, as you could probably see in the pictures. you know, there's a bit of dampness around the gearbox. There's obviously something a little bit getting out around the rear main seal or some drive shaft bearings, but it's not dripping down the ground, catching the ground. It's obviously blowing along the gearbox a bit, so it's a minor thing. You get to this age, £1,500, sorry guys, you're going to have the odd weep here or there. It's certainly not losing it at any speed. It's obviously that's over the lifetime of the car that it's lost a little bit of the oil, but the actual oil itself came out really clean, as you can see in the video. It wasn't horrible. So we've swapped it out with fresh. I did put a friction modifier in there as well, just belt and braces really, guys. Again, I don't actually think there's anything wrong with it, but belt and braces, put fresh oil in with a bit of friction modifier on, and yeah, I mean, it can't be that horrible. They put a load of miles on it since they've had it, and like I said, the wife says she's got no problems driving it, and he says it was only occasionally. So I do think, I mean, it's possible with slightly low oil that occasionally he was getting a, you know, a little bit more resistance. I don't know, but I can't get it to do anything, so I've done the best I can in goodwill there, and we'll see how he gets on with it. So those of you that watch my videos regularly will have seen yesterday's video, and you'll know that I'm struggling for stock at the moment, and I said that I was basically going to go and pick up a car I've been offered by another dealer, another i10. I had a message from the guy. He said, I'm picking up this i10. I've got this i10. He said, I've picked it up. I've just put it through an MOT. It said got an advisory free MOT, and it's only done 42,000 miles. It's in good condition, but it will need a little bit of body work to retail. And his expression was a little bit of body work to retail. So I paid him the money online to go and to get the car, because I do know the guy. I've not bought cars from him before. I know him quite well locally, and he wasn't going to be there, so I transferred the money to him, and he gave me the key code to get in and get to the car. So I went and picked it up yesterday, and I have to say, yeah, I'm not particularly impressed. Let's start to go through it. So here it is, our little 59 plate Hyundai i10. Now, first impressions. Now I saw it in the rain yesterday, which is always a killer, but first impression is, you know, headlights look brand new. Front of the car's stone chip free. It's all in fantastic nick here, and you say, well, okay, that ties in with it being a mega low mileage. It's a car that's been garaged a lot. Then I walked around and I thought, well, okay, we've got a scrape on the bumper here. Fair enough. He said it needed a little bit of prep like that. Got a more serious scrape on this corner of the bumper, which is going to need a bit more work going into the wing. So that's gonna need paint. So I'm still like, yeah, fair enough. It needs a bit of body work in. To be retailed. And then I saw this scrape down here, and I was like, okay, now we're getting into sort of, we're going to be in four corners here, aren't we? I mean, again, that some of that might come out with a polish, so yeah, I'm sort of okay with that. Again, came around this corner, I hadn't seen this in the wet at all. We've got a little scrape up here, again, not the end of the world. So I'm saying that it needs a little bit of body work before it can be retailed. It's kind of, yeah, it's kind of being stretched slightly. And then we get into this, which is an almighty dent in the door, and a dent in the side of the sill here that's pushed it up. Well, not sill, but the bit of bodywork here that's pushed it up. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if someone says to me it needs a little bit of paint work before repair, and I knew it had a ruddy great dent in the door and here, I'd have said it needs a little bit of paint work on the bumpers and you've got a dent in the door. I wouldn't have said it needs a little bit of work before retailing on paint. So that was a little disappointing. But then he said the car had an advisory free MOT. So I looked at the MOT, and yeah, sure enough, it's advisory free. The only thing that concerned me with it is the MOT was done a long way from where he trades from, and where he trades from there are 3 MOT stations within 5 foot of him. You know, he could have taken it to any one of those, but he took it on a journey that would have taken him 20 minutes or so there, you know, to go there and then bring it back again and get it MOT. So I started to look around things. Now, I know we've had big discussions about tyres recently, but these tyres, there's the wear indicator. It isn't on the wear indicator yet, so you could argue that the MOT test is right on that, but it's getting close. On the back here, it's on the wear indicator. It's actually on the wear indicator, and there's no advisory on the MOT at all for that tyre. Come round here, and again,
we're on the wear indicator, or like a fraction of a millimetre below it, but we're on the wear indicator. How did these two tyres not get advisories?
The other front tyre,
okay, I'll let him have that. It's quite a lot above the wear indicator there.
but how did those rear tyres not get an advisory? So this led me to start to get a little bit concerned. Interior wise, we didn't talk about what the interior is like. It's a bit stained, but it will come up clean. So nothing outrageous there. I've tried the functionality of stuff inside and the functionality works. Got the old V5, one owner from new. Now he didn't tell me that, which is a big bonus. And it's got a full service history. It's all stamped up in there, so it's got a full service history. It's one owner from new. I'll find the keys a second. And it's only done 41,235 miles. Brilliant. So I'll hop in the car to head off. We'll have a little drive. Start it up. The engine, I have to say, is probably the best sounding i10 engine I've had in any of them yet. It is really, really quiet. It pulls really well, really smoothly. No issues with that side of things at all. It's definitely done that kind of miles, and with that service history, it's been fully serviced all that time, even though I've done those low miles. So one owner, full service history, only 41,000 miles. So mechanically wise from there, it sounds really good. But yeah, this MOT started to worry me, so I hopped in the car to go for a drive. Now, sod's law, it's not going to do this for it now. But basically, I set off. Let's get you up here. Oh. And are we going to do it now? Here we go. If I turn right, I get a strange noise. Now, I was getting a terrible rubbing noise when I first set off. I think having driven it around a little bit, perhaps I've reduced that down. But there's no way when it went in for MOT that it wasn't making that noise when they drove up with it. And from what I can see, having got under there and had a little feel about, the brake pads feel they've got more lip than my 14-year-old daughter. Yeah, there we go, I can start to hear it again now. You start to hear the brake disc dragging on that side. Like I say, it's got enormous lip on it. So I've never really seen sort of a dodgy MOT before. I mean, I'm going to be very cautious about saying it's dodgy. You just don't know the full story. But I've never really sort of seen a dodgy MOT. A lot of people, you know, someone was commenting on my stuff the other day saying, oh, well, you've all got MOT friends that you can bung a few quid to. I mean, if anyone's seen the MOT results I get, you'll see that my MOT tester is bloody tough on me. But this guy clearly has something going on with this person that he's driving all the way out to. Or, well, no, I'm not going to say clearly. I'm going to say there's an interesting reason for why he should be driving so far out to get the car MOT'd. Advisory free MOT sounded great, but now I'm thinking I'm going to have to put it back in for MOT, or it's definitely going to have a safety check and to go through and see what I think the car needs. Bodywork wise, I can kind of live with that. It's time the door. I think, to be honest, it's going to be quicker for me to buy a door. Let's park her up and then have a chat about the bodywork again in a sec. Yeah, so regarding the bodywork, I mean, I think we'll run and polish her over, see how much this comes out, but it's likely we'll end up painting the four corners of the car, which I can live with. You know, he told me that it would need some work, some scrapes on it before it could be retailed, but this door, it's too much work. I'd spend, you've got dents up here, dents here. I found a door, 120 quid delivered, same colour, so just swap that out and then fill and shape this, maybe put it out a little bit first, fill and shape this, paint this, do the corners, and it'll come up well. So I guess it is, you know, to be fair to him, it's kind of debatable. You know, we've all got different ideas of what a little bit of bodywork is. Yeah, we've got different ideas of what a little bit of bodywork is, so to be fair to him, maybe he thought that was a fair assessment of the car. I'm assuming he got the MOT done. I should just double checking myself there, really. And he picked it up, I'm pretty sure he picked it up and got it MOT'd. I've made an assumption there, so I need to be a bit careful about that. But I definitely do think it was a bit too lenient on a few of the things there. Unless someone wheel spun away after the MOT and did donuts for the next day. It does seem, I should check the date on it again, shouldn't I, see exactly when it's done, but it does seem a bit too lenient on that side of things. So anyway, as far as it goes, I agreed a deal with the guy, I agreed a price with him. I didn't ask an awful lot of questions, and I paid him up front, and I went and picked it up, and I should stand by that deal, and I will stand by that deal. I'll just be a little bit cautious on anything else he offers me, and I will have to go and see it first, rather than keep it nice and simple for him. Like the transaction we did here was about keeping it fast and simple for him, but I'm going to have to say no, I need to come and see it first next time. And also check where these MOTs are getting done. So I actually know this is going to be the end of this video, so I must apologise for all the abrupt ends of all the recent videos, because I've done so much content, I've been so busy, I've not really known where the videos are going to end, so I haven't really been able to give any of them an ending. So this is the end of this video, so I will say at this point, thank you ever so much everyone for watching. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for the comments. I know as the videos are getting busier, it's harder and harder for me to answer all of the comments, but I do try my best. I really do appreciate all the positive words you guys put down. There's very little negativity, tiny amounts of negativity compared to all the positive help and comments. So a massive thanks to all of you for that. Only about 20% of you watching the videos are actually subscribed. What would make a massive difference to me is if a few more of you could hit that subscribe button. I have a dream, and that is to get one of those little plaques that YouTubers get for 100,000 subscribers. I know we're a long way off that yet, but based on how many people watch the videos and how many people have subscribed, if everybody who watched them subscribed, I'd be there. Let's put it that way. But it's not, like I say, it's not a monetary thing. You don't get any money for that. It's just you get this plaque, which is pretty cool. So yeah, again, just massive thanks to everyone. I never knew when I started the channel whether anybody would be interested in my ramblings, and the fact that you are is pleasing, and the fact that you've been so helpful is great. So thanks to everyone for that.